Now 1:33, September 17, back to the Guahan Academy Charter School regular board meeting. Okay, CO, where did
We're
we?
back
The
to
governance
governance
committee
committee
report.
report.
Okay, is that mine?
Yes, of the territory.
Where's my data? Oh, it disappeared. Did you take my folder now, man?
Yeah, Madam Faye.
Somebody got my folder.
No, ma'am.
Glad actually so cold.
I was running by folder.
Disappeared.
And remove the card.
The one who
These are all my handwriting here. I organized this according to my file. I don't know about her.
Yes.
Okay,
But I gave you the
the,
next one.
the attachments.
Put it aside. I don't have one. Did you bring it in?
No,
Did you need to cite that?
Yes,
What?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Take mine.
Okay.
yes.
This is mine or
Here.
yours?
Yeah, Madam Faye.
Oh, okay. Somebody clean me up.
Yeah, because you have it before I
I
sat
know.
down.
Okay.
Yes,
This is August 22. My God, what's going on?
it's just the guiding principle.
I know, but my agenda is August 20. Today is the
It's in the what?
It's on the floor.
That's your writing.
Sorry, it's on the floor.
what is it doing on the floor, baby?
All because there's a slot that I put in that I didn't fill.
Okay, back to today's September 17 GAC's regular meeting. Where did we stop? We went on grants. We're done.
Now your governance committee
Employment,
report.
work payment, accreditation curriculum. We're already done with this. We care. Attendance and behavior, we're done. Governance committee.
Report,
Governance committee report. What do I have?
the guiding principles.
We have now, with the help of Mr. Our trustee Hemlock, and now created for the board of trustees, the philosophy and guiding principles. I hope you guys have copies.
Yeah,
You have lipstick now? This is very thorough in the many aspect of what the charter school, board of trustees, as far as expectation, I believe, and oversight on the many things that we do with the Guahan Academy Charter School. You guys have a copy?
yes, and which is consistent with the 8 core beliefs.
Yes, okay, we'd like to give the floor now to trustee, the trustee, Chagula to expound further
Oh.
on the board of trustees philosophy and guiding principles. They haven't found their copies yet.
So,
But please proceed.
so the chairwoman has asked me to,
This is my board packet. I'm giving it away.
Okay. so the chairwoman has asked me to look into, providing further input on the board philosophy and guiding principles, which will be part of our assurances when we submit our report, hopefully by early October. But if you look at, we went right into leadership curriculum consistent with the 8 core beliefs that we approved. But if you notice under the philosophy and guiding principles, what we're lacking is the introduction, the purpose, and the narrative. So we're still working on that, and once the committee comes up with the introduction and the purpose and the narrative, we will probably submit that information to the chair for her review and approval. So this will be part of the
draft.
It's a draft. Everything is draft.
Yeah.
This whole packet is a draft for us to review on October 7th, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, so we can go over it, we agree, disagree, amend, change, adjust, however we want, that we believe that requires us to function as a board, right?
Yes.
and our vision. So all we're doing here is defining further, uh, our core beliefs. I call it the core beliefs. We call it the 8 priorities. But the only difference that we did is that if you look under the under number 2 and 3, we already approved this in May. What we just did is we just divided curriculum and instruction and assessment and intervention. I don't believe it requires a board action because we already approved it. All we need now is to accept that.
To adopt,
Yeah, right.
just the formal adoption of
Right,
the
the
philosophy
formal
and guiding
adoption.
principles, because
Right.
this always been done, this the whole
Right.
aspect of the philosophy and guiding
Yeah.
principle, but not formally adopted.
That's true. That's
So
true.
it was like here, there,
Right.
everywhere. Now
But
we
now-
consolidated it into
Right.
like sort of more of an ethical
Right.
kind of like guidance for us. And thank you, Trustee Trustee Pan Chagola for putting this together for the board.
Well,
Please go ahead.
as per your task, you asked me if I
Yes,
could put
yes.
this together
Because
for you.
this is really missing. So we can guide ourselves on what really is the trust of what we are all about
Right.
with GATS, right? So it solidifies
So-
our position, solidifies our guiding principles, just
So
solidify
Anton, we put up-
the tasks then and ahead of
My
us as we
presentation.
grow as a charter school. We're growing and we're improving in the many ways that we are as a charter school.
Yeah. Okay, so Madam Chair can go ahead and proceed for the item number 3.
Yes.
So that is my section on curriculum college and career committee report, and Ms. Ann is going to put up the. So again, the GATS PD.
Let's go.
I have my own. So here, again, the reason why we're looking at October 5th, 2024 for the professional development for the board, because it's one of the requirements of COGNIA that we receive training on boardmanship. So what I did is I look at NASB, NASB standards, and I essentially I took that and
NASB.
right, National
Yes.
Association of the State Boards of Education.
Yes, yes.
I am
Which
Trustee
remind
Lou
me-
and I are still members of NASB.
Yeah, I want to make sure that there's a membership. I asked if we have a membership. We have to be a paid member of the NASB.
Right, right.
Because that's where a lot of good informations are. Are we?
No,
We're working on
we're
it.
working on
Yeah,
it.
let's work on the membership because there's a NASB conference coming
I
up.
have to say that Ken and I have attended some of those conferences. and Really worthwhile.
Right. Right, it's very powerful and we learn a lot. So I took a lot of that information, and so Dr. Rivera was kind enough to accept our invitation to be the professor on record in
Nice.
presenting the
Is this yours?
boardmanship training this coming Saturday. No,
No, sure.
2 Saturdays from now,
Plenty
October 5th, 2024, starting at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
8 o'clock through 12 o'clock. But, I also mentioned to him that, 3 hours also will be good as long as it goes over. These are the topic areas of discussion for that day. The Board of Trustees duties and responsibilities, boardmanship, parliamentary procedure, an overview of Chapter A, the Open Government Law, an overview of 5 GCA, Chapter 10, the Freedom of Information, the overview of 17 GCA, Chapter 12, just an overview, and the 8 characteristics of effective school board. The venue is, Trustee San Nicolas and I, we were talking that we have decided that we'll have the venue here at the LRC, starting at 8. And then we're hoping that we should be able to finish everything by, if not 11:30, but we just set 8 to 12. If we finish early, that would be fine. And we're very sensitive also to, because one or two of our board members, they have, they have something going on that day, and so we're very sensitive of that request as well.
Yeah, I think we have a couple of board uh, training at one point in time. One was the last one that we had was in conjunction with the rest of the other
Right,
at GCC or UOG.
UOG.
Yeah, that one was good. The
Yeah.
first one was in-house. It was somebody second. So this is good to have this. It's almost like a refresher and really a
Reinforcement.
reinforcement on because we're growing, we're changing. Some of our responsibilities are actually not diminishing. We're giving more responsibilities as the school grows. But thank you, Trustee.
Yeah.
So this
So
is happening October 5.
October 5th, here at our LRC. With respect to the accreditation status, as already reported by our CEO, this is essentially the steps that we're looking at in reporting on the accreditation and what we are doing as a school. I've been meeting with the on every Wednesdays and Thursdays we meet. On Wednesdays we meet with this GAC strategic planning team. That will be Mr. Crisostomo, who is now our community resource, and then we have the CEO, the principal, the assistant principal, a teacher who is not going to be here shortly in 2 weeks, and then, but she already found someone to replace her in the nation.
Oh, in the leisure.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
Per
yeah.
month.
Cedar.
Oh, Cedar Sinai.
Yeah. No,
Love-
Cedar.
Oh, you all
UOG.
Cedars. Yeah, Cedars
Cedars.
are OG. Yeah.
So anyway,
That's a good
we,
program.
yeah, it is a very good program. Anyway, so we meet regularly every Wednesday. We start at 9, but we're now requesting, I think, 8 o'clock because the teacher, that's her prep. And early in the morning, so we'll be probably starting at 8 o'clock when we come back.
Thank them for
Starting at
adjusting
8
their
o'clock,
time.
yes.
Thank them for adjusting their time.
Right. So anyway, the written narratives are ongoing, and timelines for both the draft and final copies are being right. And so the timelines are here. And let me say this, that initially I was very apprehensive that we will not have enough time to really prepare a good product. But after 2 or 3 weeks of just going classroom to classroom and domain meetings to domain meetings and then meeting with the core leadership team, I must say that I strongly believe that the various domain focus groups will produce a high quality product. I really believe so. They are very excited, they're very committed, they're dedicated, they're focused, they're very professional, and I can see the work that they put in based on their presentation. And there's this one, the self-study coordinator, her name is Ms. Rochelle Camacho. It is her first year here at the charter school. But that professional teacher, she has been providing a lot of training for me. I'm learning a lot from her.
Where
And
did she come from?
she came from DOE.
Oh.
She came from 2 schools, and that she decided to work with us.
Nice.
She just decided to transfer to the charter
know,
school.
I'm gonna sort of comment. This is an excellent example
Mhm.
when you're talking about bonus, retention, and reward.
And
This
right.
is
When we have teachers that put in beyond the call of
Right.
duty, we have to reward them.
Right,
We
that's
really
correct,
do.
that's correct.
And I'm really all in favor of that. I'm looking at the policies of what we have now versus the old.
And that's what I'm saying with Trustee St. Nicholas.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I go to the classrooms and then I just go to the focus group meetings, the teachers are very committed. They're very focused. In fact, to a point, last week Friday during our PD, they suggested that there are two of us that would love to interfere, helping them, when we go in and we say, hey, this is how I see it. This is probably the way to do this. And now they're asking us in a very respectful way, let us do our job. We know what we're doing. And I'm very encouraged with that comment made by that focus group chair. I'm very, very encouraged. That is true.
We got
I mean,
this.
it's like we got this,
Yeah.
and they do got it. They are very. You can just hear it from their voices, and you can just see their excitement.
Yeah.
And initially, I mentioned to the CEO that initially, I don't believe we're going to come up with a good product.
Yeah.
But after listening to the teachers and hearing their interaction and the focus group chairs from each of the domains, I said to the CEO, I'm not gonna worry anymore. But I will still be here, but I'm not gonna worry anymore. I'll just go in and
I take on a different take. I've always believed that when we support the
Right.
professional
right.
and when we talk about high expectations, I believe that they
Right.
will come out
Right.
and do a really good job. So yeah, sometimes we just
But
need
the
to-
high expectation was with guidance.
Right, that's true.
Because
course.
without guidance, and
That's
you,
right.
what they
Yes.
expect me to
Yeah.
do, I thought I'm doing well.
Yeah,
But when you tell me, but you can do better by doing
Yeah.
this, I think that's where the two of you are key.
yeah,
making
encouragement.
sure that-
We continue to encourage.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, because you cannot be imposing high expectations when you
Yeah.
don't have guidelines to
Yeah.
follow. So you're only gonna be good when you have guidance. and
And that's why
policy.
I commend you, Madam CEO, for the EPP, because this is really like Trustee St. Nicholas. We're talking about performance pay, right? And we're looking at the employees. It's a meritorious pay for the work that they do. And there's a lot of focus now. I can just see it.
See, that's the reward
commitment.
program that you can give your instructor, your staff, because, they are within, they are going, beyond what you have imposed as standards. Not only because we have the cognia to really respect and follow it of the accreditation process. But you have guidance like, trustee Carmela, trustee review, in making sure that, not only daily, it's gotta be day in, day out, and it will just become a regular rule of everything every day. But if you keep it focused and like there is this you're here and there's this goal to meet, then you let them know there's a goal and it's a common goal. And at the end of the day, it's everybody, it's a win-win situation. Because for me, my concern really is how do you motivate these teachers, right? Not only money, which is very good,
Yeah.
but I guess people experience like yourselves and you and info and sort of share with them. The very different ways how we can be successful in running the school. That for me is really very important.
And I think the teachers are to be recognized and appreciated.
True,
really.
yeah.
That's all they're asking.
And the staff need it.
Yeah. And
I mean, the
staff, of
campus
course.
is very clean.
Yeah.
I was just commending the custodial staff. Man, the campus is clean. They're always out there. They're always clean.
Yeah.
They're
They're not
making-
hiding,
right,
they're not hiding,
right.
they're just,
They're very visible.
yeah,
So I commend the CEO for that.
yeah.
With respect to the GAPS strategic plan, we have established, and this is part of our presentation. Mr. Crisostomo and I did this presentation last week, Friday.
Yes.
Is it last week, Friday? Since 2 Fridays ago,
Two
right?
Fridays ago, yeah.
That we have established a working committee comprising of myself, our committee resource, Mr. Robert Crisostomo, the CEO, the principal, assistant principal, staff member, and 2 faculty members. And we meet every Wednesdays from 9 to 11, maybe 8 to 11 now, but you are welcome. You're always welcome to our committee meetings. And we normally hold the meetings at the community resource workspace. I call it workspace. So this was the presentation on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the chairwoman. This is what I gave the teachers that day and the staff. That as we grow as a school, we realize that we as a Board of Trustees need to develop guiding principles and philosophy on increasing GAC's overall effectiveness and efficiency when addressing student achievement. We also acknowledge that curriculum policy must be established to serve as our academic compass when operating an educational institution. And in May 2024, the board approved 8 core beliefs or priorities, setting the groundwork to develop GAC's strategic plan. And that we are looking at ourselves one direction because it's a compass. When we talk about strategic plan, we're talking about a visionary plan, that this is the big plan that provides the direction for improvement. The school improvement plan or the annual improvement plan, as documented or as evidenced by COGNIA, they call it annual action plan, is an operational plan, which is a short-range plan that defines the steps needed to achieve the strategic plan's long-term goals. We have created a team, okay, I mentioned that already. As we develop GAC's draft strategic plan, we will be coming to you for your review, input, and recommendations on the best course of action on how we can grow as a school. So I'll be coming back to you, including the teachers and staff.
Yeah.
So every PD, Mr. Crisostomo and I, and the board members are always welcome, of course, to join us. We will be giving our progress report to the teachers for further input, recommendations, or adjustments or amendments. Same with the Board of Trustees. That's why we need to base ourselves for several working sessions, because it requires your review and approval.
As well as knowledge to know,
Right.
what part to
So we will be, so on October 7th, I will go over this in more details.
Trustee Charlotte, this is a major undertaking. Have we thought about a position to just do data collection
do
on
that.
where we are, where we're going, what does it mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What is the plan of action to address this?
Especially,
It's
that's
really,
the aim.
it's a major undertaking.
And it's a major item in your accreditation, because
Right.
they are heavy in data.
That's correct.
They are data-driven accreditation group that really would want 100% data and all of the things that you will have to do here.
As
They're
trustees,
data-driven organization.
trustee Ken's recommendation is to really have someone, and it has to be also from the teachers, because they should take part in it, because the data actually comes from them.
Yes,
It's
yes,
in the
yes.
classroom, it
Right.
starts in the classroom.
Yeah.
So we are
Aggregate the data.
we are formalizing a team because it's been inconsistent. The composition of the data team has been inconsistent, because once there were 3 of us, now there's 2, and
Now
then
there's-
now that there's,
Just you.
or actually I'm being helped by Fiona, our IT coordinator, because he has all the data and he compiles everything, he makes the charts. But we really need a body who's a member of the school.
Because it has to come from within
From within.
the
So
organization.
the
So
principals
that's
will
something you
be
can look-
connecting with.
Wow.
You can look forward when we get our budget. Position.
So
Just a major undertaking and
although we're looking at different ways, platforms on how to improve the accessibility of our data through Epicenter,
Yeah, and
it's
Right.
a very it's just
any
at the
platform,
inception
Yes.
any
stage.
platform that we can use
Yes,
from the
Epicenter epicenter.
That's the epicenter,
The
the one we
epicenters.
went
Okay.
through the charter
Yeah.
conference.
Okay,
The thing is, it's the implementation stage, so we're only in the trial stage, the beginning process where we upload
have we
all the
bought it
data.
already? Have we?
Yes, and they've been helping us. It's just a matter
More
of
training?
really gathering or cleaning the data.
Right.
I think that's the term.
Okay.
You have to
So
clean
you
the
have,
data.
so you have the software to support the collection of data. You just need to be able to get somebody dedicated to be able to collect that and integrate that daily.
Update it, yeah.
Because that software obviously already have all the processes, right? So it's just a matter of inputting, it's just
No,
another
actually, it's
collecting
not
and then verifying.
it's not a software. It's just a filing cabinet of all the data, and they can present it connected to our website and the dashboard, and it streamlines the workflow. So, for example, the data comes from the attendance and behavior comes from the
Well, at least you have
office.
at least you have something that you can utilize.
Yes.
But
But do
look
you really
beyond-
need that time
look beyond that and see what
in the body to
look, yeah, to
assist
be able to do
us?
the inputting
formulate
and
it.
collecting.
Right.
Well,
That's work in progress, and we really
work in progress that must be done soon.
So the
Yeah, I cannot wait, that you need that like yesterday.
so the GAC strategic plan is 75% complete. And can you do the one that shows the philosophy, the goals, the objectives, just so they see what we have done so far?
Oh,
It is 75% complete. While Anne's looking into that, I just want to say that in that plan, it outlines the vision, the mission, the student learner outcomes, the board of trustee philosophy and guiding principles, message from the chair. I'm working on that, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
The message from the CEO, introduction and development process of the 8 strategic priorities, core beliefs with the accompanying description, goals, objectives, theory of actionable change, strategies, format and implementation plan, research, best practices and trends in K-12 education, and how all these priorities interact with the 4 major accreditation domains.
I lost it. Hold on, so sorry.
You lost it? So because what we're doing, all these 8 priorities, all these 8 core beliefs, all of that are encapsulated by the 4 major domains:
Yeah.
leadership in learning, culture in learning, engagement in learning, and growth in learning. So, Ms. Anta, so we can give them a general idea.
Oh, there you go.
What happened to him is hiding back there.
I know.
He's ready to fall asleep, just like me. I go
Hey,
home and
partner.
sleep. I go,
It looks
"Yeah,
like you're
I know,
hiding
I
from
know.
us.
I didn't sleep good last night, that's why I read 2 hours, that's all I did. So it's
Sorry,
the more
what
you
is
This
it?
know,
one, sir. There
Okay,
you go.
oh, the more you should be able to
so
sleep.
this is the,
So if this is the
No.
template that we used, right? And
Right.
then
Yeah.
but we're
8
making all that
priorities.
changes. Yeah, so this is the one. So this is the
Oh, I like
format
that.
and layout of the strategic. We have the
More
goals,
specific,
right, the philosophy. So we're going to
Yes,
put down the
yes.
philosophy of the goal, right?
yes.
And then here, these are the goals articulate the broad, anyway, the
And then-
objectives.
Yes, sorry.
The,
I'll show you
no,
the
this is not the
one
one.
here. No, it's at the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is not the one.
There you go.
This
So
is the
that's the
one.
priority
So
number
here's it,
1.
right, priority, the visionary and empowered leadership. We adopted that. Then the philosophy of the board, then the goal, what is our goal? And then the theory of action, and then
Actionable
we're still
change.
working on that. And then here are the objectives. And what are the results we're looking at? We're looking at an improved overall student achievement scores by 15% over the next 2 years, or 7% each year.
What's
And this is-
national standards on when it comes to that? Is it 50%?
Oh no, it's
It's our output.
achievable
That's our
Our
achievable
goal.
output.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's our SMART goal. Like it
Yeah.
has to be
Yeah, but what is it?
specific.
Is it 50%?
Measurable,
It's measurable. It depends on our data.
attainable,
Like something that we can
results
attain.
oriented, and
Okay.
time bound.
Just to make sure we're not overshooting it.
No,
Because
Yes.
it has to be
No.
a figure, it has to be a percentage that is acknowledged by the industry, right?
Just to
Good.
share with you what we submitted to Cognia the last
Yeah.
visit in the
Yeah.
beginning, our
So this
school-wide
is-
action
This is
plan.
real and true data, real
What
and true
we-
percentage of what it is on that particular.
What we
No,
submitted
you
and
just-
hope to not increase actually, to decrease the students who are in need of support by 5%.
Right.
Okay,
And we attained that on
Okay.
That's
the
reasonable.
that's
year.
moderate. Yeah,
So
okay.
instead of all
Right.
the like 80% are
Yeah.
in need of
Right.
support, we will reduce it by
5%.
5%, meaning they will now be on the ready stage.
Right. Or close to ready,
Close to
and then
ready.
ready, right, and then.
But this.
But this is how it
the-
looks in each of the core beliefs of the board. Yeah, this so priority two
It's
is
nice
the
because it's
curriculum,
specified, it's like
Right.
very clear.
right? So we're it's a
We're-
it's a board. I mean, what is it? It's a work in progress. And the idea is we take one goal, one objective, each of the goals, right? And then one objective, and we are just going to concentrate on that one objective per year. So there will be 8 objectives. And we're going to just focus on those 8 objectives. And we're looking at the measures to monitor whether or not we're making progress. And so we're partitioning only 8 objectives in year 1, 8 objectives on year 2, 8 objectives on year 3, 8 objectives on year 4, 8 objectives in year 5. Because we already know that we could not address all of them in one given year. So we have decided as a team that that's how we're going to address our state strategic plan. So as I was mentioning, now we have the 8 priorities. The goal is student success and student achievement or student growth, and it's encapsulated by the culture of growth, culture of leadership, culture of learning, and culture of engagement. Okay. Next slide. So, I believe
in their packet.
in your packet, oh, this is the report from Madam Faye. This is her section. So we're done with that. So why a strategic, oh, so this is our presentation slide with Mr. Crisostomo 2 weeks ago. We gave them why strategic plan, and I'll just go accreditation domains, future engagement, how the accreditation domains, all roll into the 8 priorities, the future engagement. Go ahead, summary. Go ahead. Next slide. Then why have a strategic plan? Why have a strategic plan? Move on to the next. And then the vision of the charter school. Next. Then again, this is a framework. We're just reinforcing that concept. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Was the philosophy that we all agreed on that day. And so again, it's really an ambitious journey, but we strongly believe that if we partition the goals and objectives per year, that we're going to achieve it, and it is attainable. And then the code of conduct. So these are the things that I am asking the Board of Trustees to review them for the October 7th
Work session.
Right, work session.
Because it's part of the assurance.
And it's part of the assurances. So I'm trying to make sure that we are in compliance and that we are communicating back and forth with the chairman. His name is John McCarthy, right? John McCarthy. So I have attended at least twice already the session with him. I feel very comfortable because as we progress and as we give him the information in advance, he'll be giving us guidance on, hey, you need to work on this, you need to work on this. I need more information on this. So I strongly believe that we will do very well.
Is he the chair for the discipline?
Yes, he'll be the
Yes.
chair.
That's a nice because
Yeah,
we never had any initial contact. It's just like they'll come in here and look, they're
Yeah.
surprised,
Yeah,
right?
right.
If we do, it's very little. It's not as deep engagement as what you guys are doing now. Because you tell me, hey, here we are on this, right? And they
Right.
say, oh, you need this more, or you need, you need more information. So this actually all they have to do now is come in here and then visit it and validate and
Yeah.
even probably look at what are the improvements and what is it that they have actually want us to be able to accomplish. So, because
So-
first time, because we never had anybody working directly with accreditation with Cognia. But of course, this is our first time with Cognia, right? This is our second
Yeah,
year.
the second-
Yeah, but we never had a close working
No,
relationship.
this
No,
with
is-
them.
because it was virtual.
Yeah.
We only met them
And
and
then,
interviewed
yeah.
students
Yeah,
during
and
COVID
yeah, it was
on
also COVID. But during that time, it was
Zoom
not a
by-
close working relationship like this. It's almost like we're already putting all the blocks in place. By the time they come in, all they have to do is we check it and see.
And I thank again the CEO because, she's the one communicating with the chair. And,
Yeah,
we have our hills and our valleys, our contrasting views. But at
at the end of the day,
we still love each other and we
at the end of
still,
the day, at the end of the day, Cognia wins.
Cognia wins.
or
Cognia
gas
wins.
win.
Or
The
gas
gas
wins.
wins.
My way or the highway?
My way or the
So
highway.
that's my
But, you
section,
know,
Madam Chair.
Yeah. I feel sorry for
Any
the CEO.
question?
One last,
Mr. Al, any question?
I need to
sir,
go back to
the
work.
policy template just to show them.
So this is so Madam Sadiq, Trustee Lou. So what we're looking at that we are
Template,
creating a standardized template
Yes,
for
yes,
the
yes.
board policy because
Very
the
nice.
policy we have right now,
It's
it's
just
everywhere.
a short memo.
So what
Is
we
it-
are
is it
doing now,
numbered?
yes.
It will be.
So we
Very
have
good.
a GATS board policy, like for
Very
instance, the
good.
college and career ready. Then we need to assign a number, let's say board policy 301.
310, because
Right.
300 is the instrument.
Right,
Yeah.
and so when did we adopt the date,
Yes.
last revised,
That's
last
good, that's
revised?
good.
So,
Very nice.
that's,
I feel like I'm a
so,
DOC now.
so
Department of
what we
Corrections.
need, Madam Chair, Trustee Lou, I
Yeah.
need you to
Yeah.
look at this
Took
and
it
then
around.
we try to fit in, so the curriculum policy, can you look, the curriculum policy that,
I wanna see the curriculum policy.
so,
You're
and
solidifying
where's the
that in a
curriculum
way
policy at?
that what are we talking about?
That is just the starting point. We are going to work, we have to fill that gap. Because we have.
Ken, can you hear
Yes.
me? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
no, what I like from you is that you have like established an internal controls in the audit where you have 8 policies and what caught my eye was you said 8 in the first year, 8 in the second year, 8 in the third year. It's like a tickler file, checks and balances on this, and the key there is what impressed me was that you did not avoid any issue, but actually you addressed each one. And if there's any
Yeah.
issue, you addressed it already, and I like that.
And
Kudos
on,
Thank
to
you,
you.
Thank you, sir.
and on,
Yeah.
So this is the proposed curriculum policy.
yeah,
Again, it's works in progress.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss this on October
explain
7th.
that. Explain
But I
that
just,
further.
the Board of Trustees is committed to providing all students with high quality education that prepares students for the demands of both college and workforce.
Yeah, okay,
To ensure that students graduate with the skills, knowledge, and competencies necessary for
I
success.
like that.
This policy emphasizes the importance of academic rigor throughout K-12 curriculum. The policy aims to foster academic excellence through challenging, comprehensive, and relevant instruction that pushes students to think critically, solve complex problems, and demonstrate mastery of key concepts. It involves a curriculum that is both intellectually demanding and aligned with college and career expectations. The board believes that every student deserves access to rigorous academic opportunities that are tailored to meet their individual needs, interests, and career aspirations. Therefore, all students will be challenged through high academic standards, advanced coursework, which is the new enrollment, and the experiential learning that fosters college and career readiness. The board further supports it. So I might say the board further provides a support system for students with resources to explore college and career options, including workshops, counseling, and job shadowing opportunities, inclusive of partnering with local industries, military government agencies, and community organizations to create internship and apprenticeship opportunities for
Nice,
students.
I like that. I
So,
really like that.
but in there, while we were talking, I was, the discussion between Trustee Lu and the chair, I wrote down that I'm going to add the due enrollment
Enrollment.
somewhere in
So
there.
it's a sub.
Yeah.
Right, a
Yeah,
policy on due enrollment,
Yes, yes,
something about the payment,
yes, yes.
registration fees and
But
tuition.
that should be a separate policy.
Right,
Yes,
right,
yeah.
that's
it's a
correct.
sub.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
that's a
It
double.
Right.
has to be a
Different
dual
topic.
enrollment
Because this-
policy.
Yeah,
This is not a
Overall
curriculum
budget.
policy
Yes,
Yeah.
that will embody
Yes,
yes, yes.
the
encapsulates
Right,
all of
the
other
curriculum. So
That's
this
why
will be a
earlier
different
the
policy.
template that we showed, that's when you
Yeah.
already approved the
I
policy
just
for the
wrote this
We
down.
Care program.
So
that will
while
be
we
under
were
this.
discussing it, I
Yeah.
said, I'm going to make some, and thank you for that. Because now we have more documentation to, so
Yes.
like the board goals and objectives, we did not give them that, so we need to give it to them. We remember the one with with the board philosophy, the goals and the objectives. So we will be giving that to
I
them.
just want to know, did the legislature support the law governing tuition for the dual enrollment, for the university?
Well, they do, but it's lump sum.
I know,
Funding.
but that's
Together,
not the
together
money.
with the
No,
budget.
No,
But there's a, for
But
under
they
GCC,
have that. It was all-
students can apply for it. So we're
Yeah.
gonna provide training on how they can fill out the form to get covered
To get access.
to get access to that.
So
fund.
they
Because that
to get
was
access to the
when
money.
It's like a small
So I think
FAFSA.
at the end, it also ties up with the dual involvement.
Because when
It
we
is particularly for those who want to enroll on dual enrollment
With GCC.
with GCs.
How about with you, OG?
that's
That's
the issue, because when we met with Dr. Charlene Bamba-Santos,
Yeah.
that was one of her major concerns. The legislature was not funded. But the alternative is enrolling our kids over at Teaching School. That was another alternative. But the parents have to pay.
what is that?
It's, you know what, to me, it's still worth it.
What is that teacher school? I know, but what?
Oh, they have,
We still
oh,
need
But they have dual
they have
involvement there?
their wonderful programs there. But they're doing.
All the CEU, the CC, programs they have. Wow, because they have a big campus there.
So-
And you see, but the thing is,
Oh, can we close now?
Okay, go ahead.
For that, do we want to proceed?
Let's go on recess because
Oh,
they
yeah,
need
yeah.
the ladies room.
The
So,
ladies
Madam-
need to.
So Madam Chair, we are now on recess. All those in favor say aye.
Okay, are we in recess again for the second time? 5 minutes recess.
Oh.
Recess, please. Motion to recess, to do a 5-minute recess.
I think she was
I-
going to give it,
I-
she's giving me a right to leave.
Motion on the floor, second.
Aye.
Aye. I second it.
And then motion carried.
Can
Let's
you
see.
stop?
Recording stopped.
Let's see, recording.
Our meetings are too long and we could.
I think we.
The natural